Is there anything better than relaxing in the stands with a cool drink and a bag of crisps, watching the wickets falling like a pack of cards? Of course, in America, I suppose it's a bit more like relaxing in the stands with a cool drink and a hot tub, watching a player steal a base. Well, wherever you're from and whatever you're into, watching games at stadiums is a wonderful pastime. It's something that's enjoyed worldwide, and when things are enjoyed, they are invested in. Some stadiums cost billions of dollars, and costs seem to be increasing year by year. Today, we're going to take a look at the 5 most expensive stadiums that will be completed in 2020 and see exactly how much it costs to make all those seats and lay down that turf. Number 5. Sardar Patel Stadium, $100 million. India is considered the cricket capital of the world. It seems fitting that they would create the most expensive cricket stadium on earth. Sardar Patel Stadium, which costs a startling $100 million. The original cricket stadium was demolished in 2016, creating room to build something bigger and better. The Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, personally ordered the stadium to be built as one of his dream projects. I guess it's safe to say he loves cricket almost as much as I do. 9 contractors originally battled it out for the rights to build the massive stadium, but it eventually came down to 3 bidders, and Lawson and Toubro came out victorious. Their plan for the stadium is certainly a thing of dreams, giving the Prime Minister exactly what he envisioned. The previous stadium could only seat about 49,000 people. Though that certainly isn't a small audience, Sardar Patel Stadium will put that crowd size to shame. The new stadium will be able to hold 100,000 spectators, becoming one of the biggest stadiums on earth. The stadium will be home to 75 luxury executive suites that can hold up to 25 people each, and I'm sure the Prime Minister will have one set aside just for himself. Set on 63 acres of land, the stadium won't be the only impressive thing in the vicinity. There will be an Olympic-sized swimming pool, 2 practice fields, tennis courts, badminton courts, a squash area, and even a clubhouse with 55 rooms, all on the grounds. Number 4. Olympique de Pembe, $103 million. Cricket may be the most popular sport in India, but it isn't the most popular sport in the world. That distinction belongs to football, or as you Americans call it, soccer. Ivory Coast loves football, and to prove it, they're building one of the most impressive stadiums in the world, costing nearly $103 million. The Stade Olympique de Pembe will be built on Ivory Coast's most populous city and will be home to their national football team. The massive stadium will be set on 20 hectares of land, but the Olympic village surrounding it will span an incredible 287 hectares, which is nearly the size of Central Park in New York City. The stadium will hold at least 60,000 people and allow them to comfortably enjoy football, rugby, and many other sporting events that are expected to take place. Though the stadium will be completed and used in 2020, its real time to shine is expected in 2023, when it will host the final of Africa Cup of Nations. Number 3. Globe Life Field, $1.1 billion. The 3 most expensive stadiums of 2020 bring us across the Atlantic to, you guessed it, the United States. After seeing how much money you put into the Super Bowl, that shouldn't be much of a surprise. In Arlington, Texas, Globe Life Field is set to be unveiled this summer. The total cost for its construction? A startling $1.1 billion. The stadium will be home to the Texas Rangers and will take over their previous stadium, Globe Life Park. While playing at Globe Life Park, the Rangers struggled with low audience attendance, which they attributed to the hot Texas weather. They've probably got a point there. Watching a game isn't quite as enjoyable when it's 100 degrees. There's no shade, and the vultures are circling over, after all. The new stadium has a retractable roof, which will allow games to be played and enjoyed no matter what the weather is. In addition, it'll be one of 4 baseball fields in the major leagues to have artificial grass. The stadium's construction has been met with some mixed reactions for the people of Arlington, many of whom were concerned about the cost to build the stadium. I've got to say, it looks pretty beautiful, but is it $1.1 billion beautiful? Well, I guess that's for you to decide. Number 2. Allegiant Stadium, $1.8 billion. Our next stadium brings us to a place even hotter than Arlington, Paradise, Nevada. Allegiant Stadium is just nearing completion, a journey that's cost $1.8 billion. It cost $78 million to purchase the land, $234 million for design and engineering, $31 million for utilities and infrastructure, $123 million for the furniture and equipment, and $1.3 billion on construction. In other words, it's been expensive every single step of the way. But how exactly did Paradise come up with $1.8 billion? $750 million of the costs are from public funding, and another $1.1 are from the Raiders, who will be calling the beautiful new stadium home. Allegiant Stadium will be a 10-level stadium with a silver and black exterior to represent the Raiders. They're awfully lucky to have such subtle team colors. I'm not so sure a purple and yellow stadium would look quite as classy. The stadium will be able to hold 65,000 people on a regular basis and can be extended to hold up to 72,000. In true Nevada fashion, people will be able to see the Las Vegas Strip through retractable side windows in the stadium complex. But what screams Las Vegas more than a view of the Strip? Something flashy, something a bit dazzling, something that's going for a world record. In this case, it's an 85-foot tall torch that will set the world record for the largest 3D printed item ever. The torch will be at one end of the stadium and will serve as a reminder of Al Davis, who was a longtime owner of the Raiders. Number 1. SoFi Stadium, $4.93 billion. We've finally reached the most expensive stadium on our list, and it's a big one, costing more than every other stadium on our list combined. SoFi Stadium in Inglewood rings in at $4.93 billion. But how could one stadium cost such an absurd amount of money? Well, it comes with a plan in place. SoFi Stadium is the first phase of Hollywood Park Entertainment Center, an area which will house 8.5 million square feet of offices, condos, movie theaters, malls, luxury hotels, and a man-made lake with a fountain. Basically, it'll be Disney, but for sports and concerts. The stadium itself will hold 70,000 spectators, with the ability to expand and add an additional 30,000 seats for certain events. It'll be one of the most high-tech stadiums in the country, with all its bells and whistles centered around the Oculus, a double-sided video board that'll be 120 yards long and 50 feet wide, allowing all 70,000 audience members to clearly see the action. And trust me, there will be action. The stadium will be home to both the Rams and the Chargers, and is scheduled to host several events in the near future. It will host Taylor Swift's Loverfest in July of 2020, which will serve as its inaugural event. But if you're not a T-Swift fan, don't worry. Kenny Chesney, Tim McGraw, and Motley Crue are scheduled to play there this upcoming year. Of course, the stadium will be the site of several sporting events as well, not just for its home teams. It will be the host of the 2022 Super Bowl and the 2028 Olympics. SoFi, a loan financing company, fought tooth and nail for the naming rights of the stadium, and seeing how many events are going to take place there, it's easy to understand why. Their 20-year deal is valued at about $30 million per year. So there you have it, the 5 most expensive stadiums being built in 2020. Do you think they're worth all that money? Which one would you like to sit down and watch a game in? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm Mr. Luxury. Pip pip to doodly doo.